During his disastrous interview with ABC News, President Trump said that, you know what? His voters, despite him promising on day one to lower the price of groceries, he now says that his supporters absolutely signed up to pay higher prices at the store. Here he is responding to criticism of his tariffs on ABC News.
Concern out there. People are worried, even some people who voted for you saying, I didn't sign up for this. So how do you answer those concerns?
Well, they did sign up for it, actually, and this is what I campaigned on. I said that we've been abused by other countries at levels that nobody's ever seen before. We were losing $3 to $5 billion a day on trade.
So you were getting abused by other countries, and I thought, why not just cut out the middleman, and I can abuse you instead? Oh, what? That's where it is. Okay, that's where we're at. The guy who claimed to lower grocery prices on day one is actually saying, well, no, of course you guys knew that I was going to raise the prices of everything, you dummies. I campaigned on it, and he's actually correct. He did campaign on doing these tariffs, but he lied about what the tariffs actually would mean, what they would do. He kept saying the other countries like China, they're going to pay the tariffs. They're going to pay all the tariffs, you see, and then you're going to actually save money because things are going to be great. But in reality, in the real world where we all live, okay, Donald Trump apparently does not live there. In reality, though, we pay them. We pay the tariffs. That comes out of our pockets. And the way that happens is that importers will pay the tariff, and then that same importer will pass the costs on to all of us. And that's it. Now, Trump also didn't say anything about the effect that these tariffs would have on the economy, crashing it. He also didn't say anything about how it would destroy people's 401ks, their retirement plans, with this ridiculous trade war, and also make it so that a lot of these countries that were our trade partners are now going to go to China and become trade partners with them. So congratulations, you've just made China the leading economy in the world. Great. And in addition to these ridiculous tariffs, of course, part of that involved putting tariffs on 2 uninhabited islands for some reason. You know, putting tariffs on the penguins? Is that what we're doing? Yeah. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Now, what's funny is in that same interview, he's like, you know, these tariffs, right? I now take credit for fixing the tariffs. Quote, I could have left it that way, and at some point, there would have been an implosion like nobody's ever seen. But I said, no, we have to fix it. I have wanted to do this for many years. Yes, he's wanted to do this for many years. That's because he's a moron. Okay, he's a dumb person that makes sure never to learn anything. He does not know how to effectively use tariffs. Look, I've pointed this out plenty of times. I believe that tariffs can be an effective tool in the toolkit to go after countries that, you know, maybe do have unfair trade practices. That said, putting tariffs on every single country in the world, including 2 uninhabited islands, is not smart trade policy. It is not an effective use of these tariff or these powers. Okay. Yes, I believe in negotiating better deals. That's fine, but we actually have to, I don't know, negotiate them. Okay, not just like preemptively blanket everyone with high tariffs and be like, okay, now you come negotiate after pissing everyone off. It's not a really effective trade strategy. But that said, if he does manage to negotiate deals with other countries, I think the fact that he's an idiot will probably mean that they'll that these deals will end up being somehow worse than any of the so-called bad trade deals that he was out there to renegotiate, to fix. So, and the other thing is too is that yes, they'll probably end up being worse, or likely benefit himself and maybe some of his friends. How much? I don't know. But I do know it's been a disaster for business. And yes, you have had people, small business owners, big business owners that have been speaking out. Now, look, Christopher Tsai, the president and chief investment officer of the investment management firm Tsai Capital, told Business Insider that the tariffs could hurt America's small and mid-sized businesses and tip the country into a recession, which I'm sure everybody's looking forward to, right? Yeah. He said, this is a lot more than numbers. People's jobs are at stake, and businesses that have been thriving and contributing to the economy for years are all of a sudden in an extremely different situation. That's worrisome to me. So that's Tsai. Then you have Barstool Sports owner Dave Portnoy, who put out a video saying that basically he is furious because he has lost money. Yeah. And then, of course, you have 37-year-old business owner Megan from Texas, who told the New York Times in an interview that her small business is struggling due to Trump's tariffs. In fact, she said, we've tried to look at manufacturing in the United States, which is still too expensive. We're in crisis mode. Yes. And not only is it business owners, but it's also just random people that are just trying to buy things. Yes. In fact, one MAGA supporter took to social media to beg Trump for help after being charged a huge tariff surcharge for a guitar that he's trying to buy. The man wanted to know why China wasn't paying for the tariff. Again, just to illustrate how the false notions that Trump has been putting out about who actually pays the tariff bill gets believed by so many people. He's like, how? I don't understand why China isn't paying this. Why do I have to pay it? Because you were always going to pay it. That's how tariffs work. Okay. But he says, no, these tariffs are being used to punish American veterans who buy art from our allies. Look, there are plenty of other examples of people that are not happy. I've talked about them in different segments. But what does Trump say to that? Well, on Easter Sunday, he wrote this, quote, the businessmen who criticize tariffs are bad at business, but really bad at politics. Well, congratulations, Trump. You're bad at both. Just a disaster. But then he added, they don't understand or realize that I'm the greatest friend that American capitalism has ever had. The greatest friend. That's right. Yeah, you people that are losing money because of me, you just suck at business. Get good. Get good. Be more like my friend, my first buddy Elon, right? That takes a lot of money from the government. I see. So I'm not exactly sure that it's all that smart to go in that direction, but go ahead. Godspeed. I think at some point, or at least I'm hoping at some point, assuming he doesn't somehow turn it around, I think there's going to be a large economic abandonment of Donald Trump. Because remember, that's pretty much the only reason that he won the election anyway. That people were voting with their wallets. They thought that, oh, well, maybe this failed businessman he went bankrupt 6 times. Maybe he'll be better for the economy this time. Oops. I didn't say that the electorate was well informed, okay? Because clearly they are not. But here's the thing. We're seeing the cracks already with his polls that have plummeted on the economy, especially with independent voters, lost a lot of them. But the real test, of course, will be whether a plurality of his own voters, of his base, will realize that, oh, it turns out things are not getting better, and they're not going to, because there is no plan, and that whatever they think is going to happen, the American renaissance of manufacturing, whatever they think is going to happen, won't. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.